Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, A Legacy of the Void. Today, gonna be a ZVT featuring two of the top players in the entire world, Dark and Maru, on Moondance. You can tell it's from Valencia because of the weird map names. Top side, we've got Dark, and on the bottom side here we have Maru. There's a very safe base on this map. It's not directly offshooting of your main base. But if you can take your natural, then you've got an easy to take third, but there's one Vespene gas there instead of two to offset the ease of with which you take it, okay? Woof. All right, man. Dark and Maru, two very good players at the top of their game here in 2022. This is going to be a Patreon cast for those of you who support me at patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the support that you give me. It really does help me pay the bills, you know, with 3 kids and a mortgage and all that fun stuff. And yeah, just know that I appreciate every single one of you. And again, if you're watching this in July of 2022, thank you very much again. And if you're watching this in August of 2022 or after that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm here 5 times a week with StarCraft 2 content. Yes, Reaper expand timing here from Maru. What is to be said about Maru? He's maybe the best player in the world that doesn't have a premier, like, world championship, I guess. A world championship is the thing that he doesn't have. I think he might be. I think he might be the best player in the world right now that just doesn't have one of those under his belt. Dark, Rogue, Raynor, Serral, Stat. Okay, Stats is on military, but he's got one of those. Protoss players, struggling right now. I get it. I hear you, Protoss. I do. All right, so Reaper. Okay, I guess maybe checking to see if Dark was proxy hatching back there, which is that good? That can't be good. Anyway, this Reaper's name is Baby Swiss. This young ghost wore the wrong suit to work today. Oops. So Baby Swiss is the 10-year-old son of one of my subscribers. I guess you could consider Baby Swiss a sub of mine too. But he's great. I cast a game of him and his dad playing some 2v2s where Baby Swiss has been Zerg recently, and a game where he was Terran a while ago. And I gotta say, he's pretty impressive. 10-year-old kid. Good grasp of the game. I'm sure his dad's in his ear the whole time telling him what to do and stuff and giving him tips. And it's a complicated game, StarCraft. Reapering up. Lings are like, our queen's not here yet. Defend him with your lives. And they do. Of course, they're not dead, so maybe defending with your lives, theoretically defending it with possibly you losing your life there, right? Right. Starport coming in. This is, you know, pretty fast starport, no third. So either this is going to be a Banshee, a Liberator, or potentially, nah, it's not Battle Cruiser because we don't have those 3rd and 4th gases yet. So probably just a Banshee would be my guess at this stage of the game. Reaper still hunting around, sees the 2nd gas has been taken, says, okay, layers up. I mean, look, obviously, sure. Pretty fast layer time, actually. Dark. About 3:30. Oh, he's not going for the 3rd base yet. Okay, that's the big thing. What? Lings got in the house? How does that happen? Dark just sent his Lings across the map and was like, we can do anything we want. He gets a full scout off, which is just problematic. I mean, the Lings were going to survive forever, but look, okay, it's a Viking, whatever. But 2 base, two base. This is not something that Maru's aware of. His Reaper didn't die, but it came home. Is this just going to be an attempted, where's your Roachmore Spire? What? 2 base Spire play? What year is it? This is not something we see a lot in 2022. Dude, that Reaper's gonna die. Okay, well, he sees there's not a 3rd base here, but you know, it could just be back here. Could be down here. So Maru takes his 3rd. Takes his very safe 3rd back here. I guess I didn't check back here when I was like, he's not getting a 3rd base, and what is this? And the answer was, he was getting a 3rd base the whole time, Falcon, yeah, dummy. Fair enough. Tanks in production. By that I mean tank. Tank in production. But this is 2 base. Possibly Mutaling Baneling. Still no 3rd base for Dark. I don't know. what the problem is here? He's only got 40 workers, which isn't a lot. He's not even fully saturated to second base yet either. I gotta say, I do appreciate seeing some new stuff every once in a while. This is Dark going for 2-base Muta well before he takes his third. His third is at 5 whole minutes. And this is where Maru's got to be like, all right, this is something. And he's going to start throwing up turrets. He needs an engineering bay for that. And he is building 2 of them. And he's getting stim. But right now, his anti-air consists of 8 Marines, which is not really enough, it turns out, if they don't have any upgrades either, to deal with 6 Mutas. Well, maybe they are. Depends on the micro involved here. +1 flyer attack coming in. Dark says Mutalisks are best Mutalisks because they're beautiful. It's a little bit of some light Hellion harass and more scouting than anything else, but once again, doesn't get in here. Is he going to start turrets? This is nuts. This is so crazy out of Dark. Turrets. You've got it. He has engineering bays. He just doesn't believe he needs turrets. Maru, buddy. Oh, there's fresh mules here, too. Relatively fresh mules down here. And, okay, all right. So that's just a very easy 7 SCVs dead, 8 SCVs dead. You could probably fight that 4 Marine group Mutalist guys. And now turrets are coming up. But by golly, it's too late for that. Marine down, SCV down, SCV down, SCV down. Marine not down. 13 SCVs killed. No Mutalisks die. Okay. This is problematic. This is oh, and then the Viking has to flee because he sucks against Mutas. Ugh. Still no Mutas have died. They have the Chishu regeneration ability. That allows them, if they stay out of combat for a second, to heal up, which this is not something Dark is doing. He's still not, oh my gosh, he's not losing any of his Mutalisks. Okay, this is virtuoso level Mutalisk play here. I don't think we've seen this since Cyril possibly did it against Maru on the channel like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago now. Where he just made a handful of Mutas. He used them to kill 15 workers. He used them to kill, 5 Marines. He just kept them utterly active over and over and over again. Never lost any. Treated them like they were his children. And kind of picked Maru apart. This is a massive advantage. Dark needed to get a big advantage because he sacked his third base. Didn't get it for a while, but killing 18 SCVs is insane. I keep checking to see if any of these Mutas have died. Nope. He's getting more Mutalisks. He's working on Ling upgrades, attack, and armor. My goodness to gracious. Another SCV down. Taking some Viking shots, couple SCVs down, and the Mutas just retreat, and they heal up a little bit. Tissue regeneration, man. When this upgrade didn't exist, it was Mutas were a lot less likely to be seen outside of ZVZ because it took so long for their HP to be regenerated. All right, so Maru says, enough of these shenanigans. How many Banelings do you have since you made all of these Mutas? Oh, they sniped the tank. Big snipe. Big snipe. Can they get the other 2 tanks? Ling sacking so the Banelings can live. And as long as it chased far enough away that the tanks get picked off, this drop is a little bit weaker. Maru says, heck no, it's not. Oh, we're on creep against Banes. It is. Run! We don't have any tanks to help us. Okay, so Maru holds on just barely there, but he's got the 3 bases rolling. Again, Dark's 4th base isn't a thing. He's not saturating yet, and he's taking the 5th as his safe expansion. Banelings, once again, Maru doesn't have to engage. He's fast. Marines are fast with stim, man. Pre-split. Coming up quite nicely here. That 1-1 finishing up from Dark would be really good. Ooh, a couple Banelings finish. Couple get canceled there. Once again, couple get canceled. Couple make it out. 1 makes it out of that group. But 1-1's done. And Dark does not waste any time to go with a 1-1 now. He's like a little bit better against Marines. A little more damage against Marines here, too. And that's what we're talking about. Okay, so the pre-split doing some work there. Siege tank dying is important. Medivacs dying also very important here. Wow, here's the thing. Mutas are great on offense. Mutas on defense are scary for Zergs. They don't like having to deal. He's transfusing some of his Mutas with the Queens, which is a really good idea because they have a bunch of HP. It's just, they're very squishy. Trying to pick off some of these reinforcements. Is Maru just going to win this thing on the back of, I'm on 3 bases, you spend a ton of money on Mutas, and if I keep the pressure on you, then you can't push on me at all, and I'll just replace my economy, no problem. Did I lose 18 SCVs today? Yeah. Do I? 19. Do I have 60 workers right now? Yes, absolutely. Don't worry about me. I'm Maru. I am so good at this game. Thor. Finally a Thor. I'm a little bit surprised it's taken this long for us to get a Thor here. And Drilling Claws. He's like, all right, so the Mutas are a problem. Thors help. Widow Mines help. Big Balls of Marines help. Trying to supply block Maru. Very close to it. Only 2 supply, separating him from a block here. Yeah. So, okay, place your bets here at 10 minutes. Who's going to win this game? This Patreon game for patreon.com/Falcon Paladin today. Guess we'll have to find out. Mutas are like, well, you can't chase me. I'm abusing the fact I can fly and go to dead airspace, and none of these things can. Thors can't, Widow Mines can't, Marines can't, Liberators can. Liberators used to be really good against Mutas because their splash damage in air-to-air situations was incredibly strong. And there were a couple games I cast, especially in Mana battles, where it was just mass Liberator. Not mass Liberator, but like a group of 10 Liberators just kind of evaporated an entire flock of Mutas, no problem. They can still kind of do that. It's just not as much an insta-win for that setup anymore. So both players maxed out. Dark. Working on Pneumatized Carapace. Muta's a little bit too close to that Marine Ball. 2-2 finishing up from Maru. Good timing attack from him right now. And this is just, okay, this is big times right here. So Thor on the backside, Tank on the backside. Thor kind of protecting. Okay, just kind of dealing with this frontal group a little bit. And then pulling back. He can't just sack this. The Mutas are picking off reinforcements, but they might be needed at home. Denying the Ground Carapace level 2 upgrade. They might get melee attack level 2. No, says Dark. Cruises in. The Muta's on the backside, taking some Widow Mine shots, trying to clear this out, but Maru has too much remaining. Another round of 62 Lings is in production, but how close is that? The Mutas are injured. They need a second to recharge here. Gonna just take down this 4th base entirely. That hatchery is a dead hatchery for sure. And by that I mean, it's not a dead hatchery. It's a bad rally for Lings. Where are the Bane Lings? The Mutas are forced to engage here. They don't want to, but they have to be involved. And picking up is less of an option when there's a Mutalisk out. That said, there's only 5 of them remaining, so this isn't like enough Mutas to absolutely one-shot a medevac as it's fleeing, but it's doing some damage to them, and they don't heal each other, so you gotta repair up your medevacs. And Dark has pushed this back some way, somehow. And Maru is 3 base in it, too. So the fact that Dark lost his 4th, but he's got a 5th rolling, and he's got a 6th up here, too. Dark's in full control here. I gotta say, I'm gonna put this at a Dark is in the lead. He's up 161 to 122 supply. He didn't lose that many drones. He's only lost 2 drones here today. He didn't lose this hatchery either, which is some kind of a miracle. He had like 20 Marines and 4 Marauders right here. I think if he just right-clicks on it, he straight up kills that thing. But, you know, Maru's a better player than I am. Changeling dead. Muta's. Muta's dead. 2 of the Mutas on that flock go down. 4th base for Maru up. Can he defend it properly? The answer seems to be yeah. He's got Thors. He's got Widow Mines. He's got Marines back here. Mutas decide to fly into the main where there are no Thors or Marines here. Going after add-ons. It's not a ton of Mutas, right? Ooh, Changeling killed as it got dropped in there too. So add-on just cuts the production of this barracks in half. And if this reactor dies, it cuts the production of this barracks in half. So it's like going from 4 barracks to 2 barracks, which, hey, it's cheap to add on, and it's easy to kill. Those are the trade-offs, right? Did he just scan these Banes? No, he didn't. It's outside of the scan range. That's insane. That's crazy. But 3-3 finishing up here for Maru at 14 minutes. Looking good. Dark just has too much of the map, though. He's got an attack on the left side. He's got an attack on the right side. Widow Mine. Okay, beautifully microed against, and then Link. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. So Ling's inside the natural base. Just going to town. More SCVs and more SCVs and more SCVs are dying. Bane Lings crashing in. Not on creep here, though. Thor's going to die to magic boxing on these Mutas. But Maru should be able to hold this. He's not going to die to this. But what he did lose is 22 more SCVs for a total of 41 workers that have died today. He's got 42 workers. The income tab isn't looking like this right now, skyrocketing towards dark side of that graph. Maru needs to get something done with this attack, or he is in an immense, and I say immense, amount of trouble. Mainlings crashing through. Can he hold this? The answer is, I don't know, man. Dark's looking good. Oh, the Lings are kind of winning down here to the south. No, they're losing that battle. Thor's standing in, but enough Lings have arrived. It's a little bit scary. They've got the 2-2. They don't have the Adrenal yet. A Hive is in production. We're getting there. Third base. Oh, or third base. This is a fourth Falcon. Remember that? Remember how this is a fourth base? Woof. So Dark's oversaturating his fourth. Could send some to his fifth or his sixth for better saturation results here. 151 to 124 supply. Look, Maru's one of those players who can come back from the dead. Dark's one of those players who can come back from the dead. One Corruptor on the way. I wonder if that's not a mistake. Yeah, Baneling's crashing on Marauders and Thors. The Marines keep themselves on the back lines. This is such a tough position for Dark to defend against here. He's Baneling crashing where he can. Then Morlings and Banes do manage to find their way into this battle, but Maru is winning. This Thor is alive with all of 2 hit points and 11 kills. He's got the 5th base. The 6th base might be next, as Maru might head up that way. Try to wipe this one out. The drones are trying to run, but boy, stimmed units are super fast. 17, 18 drones going down. Oh, Ling's getting into Maru's 4th base, though. Killing some SCVs, killing some mules here. Really reducing the income potential of our guy, Maru, at the same time. Ling counterattacks, fantastic. These drones are all dead. These bases down the left side for Dark. Dark would be dead if not for the fact that his 4th base is still alive. The Ling counterattacks are pretty amazing, actually. He's like, well, let's go. Sure, 2-2 Lings versus Marauders. We'll take those down. Thank you for asking. If he had Adrenal, it'd be so good. He's trying to caustic spray down this orbital, which generally that will work, but on the counterattack, Maru GG! I told you Maru is very capable of coming back from the dead. Did he lose 72 SCVs today? Yes, he absolutely did. Did he have 12 SCVs remaining? 100%. Yes, Bob. Where did he lose that many SCVs? Was it just... He had 12, 12, 16, 15, 33. So where did he lose 15? Did he bring them? No, it's... Oh, it's this. Okay. Yep, that'll do it. So that knocks Maru down to 15 SCVs. He needs to win this battle to win the game, and by golly, he does. Dark does not have enough Banelings. He doesn't have enough Lings. He doesn't have any spellcasters at all. Blinding Cloud, Abduct, Viper play, Infestor play would have been big here. Didn't matter. Maru was like, nah. It's really, really hard to take Maru down without those spellcasters, and Dark kind of went for it. He thought he had Maru dead. That's the frustrating thing about it for Dark, is that he's like, this is a dead base. He has no income at all. All these things are true, but he has 92 army and you have 27. And then that's all that she wrote. Just not enough army supply. He just needed more Lings and more Banes and, you know, traditional Zergy stuff. That's what he needed, but dang, Maru. How many Terran players on Earth can go and just casually lose 72 SCVs and have, you know, 12 workers at the end of the game against Dark and win? I'm going to go with the answer to that is not many. Not many at all. Incredible. Just Dark ended up losing 38,000 resources to 22,000 from Maru. Incredible trades all the way across the board. All 44 of his mutas died. I did like that Maru took a bunch of damage early from the mutas and was like, you know what? That means you don't have a lot of defense if I come and just smash your face in a lot. And it was true. Did not have a lot of defense for that at all, actually. So 44 mutas went down, 475 lings. They never knew the power of Adrenal because he didn't have a hive until way late. A lot of his stuff was late because he went for this fast muta stuff. So he tried it, and he failed, but it was pretty good. I think this probably works against any other Terran on Earth besides Maru right now. But hey, you're playing Maru, so luck is out. Luck is out at that point. Amazing. Really, 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 really good stuff. All right, so that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Patreon cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.